As the investigation continues into the incident involving former President Donald Trump at a Pennsylvania rally, a series of questions remain unanswered. Federal law enforcement officials and lawmakers are trying to better understand the security breakdowns that occurred. Here are 6 critical questions still looming over the incident. 6. Where did the security break down? U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle resigned this week under pressure, admitting that her agency failed to execute its security plan effectively. She took full responsibility for the shortcomings, stating to the House Oversight Committee that the security failures fell squarely on her shoulders. However, Cheatle avoided answering several key questions during the congressional hearing, including whether the Secret Service had secured the building where the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, was positioned. Cheatle explained that the sloped roof of the building prevented the Secret Service from placing an agent at the site, which was instead assigned to the Beaver County Emergency Services Unit. This decision, she said, was based on safety concerns. However, Pennsylvania State Police Commander Christopher Paris testified that the lack of communication between the Secret Service and local law enforcement contributed significantly to the breakdown in security. During an initial planning meeting on July 8th and a final walkthrough 3 days later, Beaver County law enforcement officers identified the AGR Industries building as a potential risk. Secret Service officials assured them the building would be secured. Despite these assurances, once Crooks was spotted by rally attendees and local officers, efforts to keep track of him faltered, ultimately leading to the incident. Paris described how Beaver County officers left their post to search for Crooks. An officer attempting to access the roof was threatened by Crooks, who pointed his assault rifle at him. Butler County District Attorney Richard Goldinger disputed Paris's account, stating that the officers never left their post but simply couldn't see Crooks from their position. This miscommunication and the inability to effectively monitor Crooks's location were critical failures in the security plan. 5. Is it the Secret Service's fault or local law enforcement? Given that the event involved a former U.S. president, the Secret Service was the lead agency responsible for security, with support from the FBI's Pittsburgh Field Office, the Pennsylvania State Police, Beaver County Sheriff's Department, and other local agencies. Paris testified that state police troopers were assigned to assist with Trump's motorcade and to 2 security posts within the secured perimeter. Officers from the Beaver County ESU were assigned to the building from which Crooks fired the shots. Patrick Yose, the national president of the Fraternal Order of Police, testified that the security assignments were determined by the Secret Service. Body cam footage released this week shows confusion among investigators immediately following the incident, with officers trying to figure out what had happened after Crooks was shot and killed by a sniper. The footage, shared by Senator Chuck Grassley, reveals the chaotic aftermath and the immediate response to secure the area. The question of whether the primary responsibility lies with the Secret Service or local law enforcement remains contentious, with both sides presenting differing accounts of their actions and responsibilities. 4. What was Thomas Matthew Crooks's motive? FBI Director Christopher Wray told lawmakers that the agency is still working to determine Crooks's motive. While they hope to learn more, the current understanding of his mindset is incomplete. On the day Crooks registered for the rally on July 6th, he conducted an online search about the distance between Lee Harvey Oswald and President John F. Kennedy during the 1963 assassination. This search provides some insight into Crooks' thoughts leading up to the event. Wray testified that Crooks flew a drone about 200 yards from the stage where Trump was set to speak, more than 2 hours before the shooting occurred. Crooks, a 20-year-old nursing home employee who had recently graduated from community college, had searched online for information about Trump and Biden and had photos of both men on his phone. He also had photos of U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland and a member of the British royal family. Crooks' phone contained encrypted messaging apps, and a search of the device revealed extensive online activity related to a shooting by Ethan Crumbley in Michigan. major depressive disorder, the Butler Rally, and the Democratic National Convention. NBC News reported that Crooks had searched for information on explosive materials and chemical compounds, as well as improvised explosive devices and the Department of Homeland Security. These details paint a complex picture of Crooks's interests and possible motives. His extensive online searches, possession of explosive devices, and the presence of various high-profile individuals' photos on his phone suggest a broader, yet unclear plan beyond the incident at the rally. 3. Did the shooter have other plans? Ray testified that Crooks visited the Butler Rally site multiple times before the event. On the day of the rally, Crooks was seen carrying a rangefinder and a duffel bag 60 minutes before the shooting occurred. He was also observed visiting the rally site for about 70 minutes early in the morning and returning shortly after 5 p.m., just an hour before the incident. Media reports indicated that Crooks' father called the police before the rally, expressing concern about his son's behavior and whereabouts. The family has been cooperating with the investigation. Despite these observations and warnings, investigators have not determined if Crooks had a larger plan outside of targeting Trump at the rally. The presence of 3 explosive devices, 2 in Crooks' car and 1 at his home, suggests that he might have had additional plans. However, without a clear motive or further evidence, the full extent of Crooks' intentions remains unknown. 2. Why didn't the Secret Service or law enforcement act sooner? The FBI is working to establish a timeline of events surrounding the incident. Despite attendees alerting officers about Crooks' presence, he managed to evade immediate detection. Ray testified that Crooks used a gun with a collapsible stock, making it easier to conceal. This allowed him to position himself without drawing attention. A photo of Crooks on the rooftop was sent to a local officer inside the Secret Service Command Center 26 minutes before the incident. However, multiple media reports indicate that attendees and officers were unaware that Crooks had a gun. The local prosecutor stated that officers assigned to the AGR building would have had to lean out of the building to get a clear view of Crooks, which left him with enough time to prepare and execute his plan. These factors highlight critical gaps in the response and the challenges faced by law enforcement in identifying and neutralizing the threat in time. 1. How could Secret Service protection measures change? Following the incident, the Secret Service has advised Trump's campaign to avoid large outdoor rallies. Future events are likely to be held indoors, with more controlled entrances and stricter security measures. Trump mentioned in an interview with Newsmax that his campaign had requested additional Secret Service agents at rallies, but these requests were consistently denied. The Secret Service has not yet released specific details about changes to their security plans for future events involving U.S. presidents and presidential candidates. However, the agency is likely to implement more stringent measures to prevent similar incidents in the future. As the investigation into the security breakdown at Trump's Pennsylvania rally continues, these questions remain at the forefront of public concern. What do you think about the incident and the security measures in place? We'd love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If you found this video insightful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates and in-depth analyses on current events. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.